the headquarters of the Liberia National Police. On behalf of the Inspector General, we're very committed to working with you members of the press in making sure that we can proactively communicate to the public and through you, the media. We have invited you specifically to provide you information on the invitation extended to the Secretary General of the Unity Party, Mr. Mo Ali, to appear here at our headquarters to answer to a social media post which he made bordering on threats on the National Elections Commission. And so the post was made on the 1st of March. And beyond that, the offices, the national headquarters of the National Elections Commission was attacked awesomely. And so the leadership of the police, being an investigative institution, leaving no stone unturned, thought to invite Mr. Mo Ali. Our invitation is not intended to place a guilty verdict on Mr. Ali, but to have him answer to a post he made on the 1st of March. And so Mr. Mo Ali committed to coming to the headquarters of the Liberia National Police with his lawyer, or you may say lawyers. We granted him the opportunity of coming along with his lawyers, which is his Miranda right. And yesterday we anticipated having him here. He didn't come. Today we expected to have him here by 10 o'clock, which is committed to. We've been here waiting for Mr. Ali. Our investigators have been waiting to have interactions with him, with his lawyers represented. Interestingly, his lawyers came at the headquarters this morning and assured us, his lawyers specifically, Councillor Finlay Kanga and Councillor Kenne, they came here this morning and assured us that their client, Mo Ali, was on his way to the headquarters of the Liberia National Police. We waited to the arrival of Mr. Ali to no avail up till now. At 11:50, a few minutes to 12 o'clock, Mr. Ali, through his lawyers, Councillor Kanga and Councillor Kenne, wrote the Inspector General, informing the Inspector General that their client is not feeling well and that the client is seeking medical attention. And as such, the invitation extended should be postponed for Monday at 10 o'clock. We want to use this medium to inform you members of the press and the general Liberian populace that the fact that Mr. Mo Ali has been given opportunity to come to us and he has been beating us up in coming to us, we hereby use this medium to declare Mr. Mo Ali as a wanted man. He is wanted. Anywhere he is seen by our investigators or officers, he will be arrested and made to face questioning. This is in no way intended to clamp down on free speech. Every free speech comes with responsibility. We want to say to the citizens of this country, we remain very resolute in jealously protecting the peace and stability of the state. And we will not compromise any means whatsoever that will plunge this country into chaos. This is in no way intended to adjudge Mr. Ali guilty. We want him to avail himself to us to be able to answer the questions from our investigators on the post that he made on the 1st of March. And so we are out there, our officers are out there, wherever Mr. Ali is seen, will be arrested and made to face questioning from the Liberia National Police. I would like to say thank you so much to all of you who have been following up. We'll continue to update you on the outcome of our investigation with Mr. Ali. The law provides that one is presumed innocent. One is innocent until proven guilty. And so we will hope that Mr. Ali can cooperate with our institution so that we're able to find out facts surrounding his post that he made. Thank you so much. And if you have a few questions, we can answer those questions.
Yeah, Kwame Opa Weeks from the Liberian News Agency, sir. You care to say what the post was all about, and how long did it take from Mr. Ali to move from respecting your time to that of him being sick? And have you verified whether indeed he is not feeling well?
Okay, it's a good question you asked. So the post basically was directed to Mr. Ali, indicating that he understood the tactics that is being played by the National Elections Commission in whatever investigation that they were conducting electoral-wise, and that the commission is definitely going to face some actions, and those actions were unspecified. And in the interim, the head offices of the National Election Commission was hit. As an investigative institution, it behooves us to be able to bring individuals who make statements that border on the peace and security of the state to be able to tell us in plain blank what their intentions are. And that is the essence of the invitation extended to Mr. Mo Ali. So the issue of whether we have established his health status.
Right.
Like I told you, Mr. Ali informed Mr. Ali lawyers arrived at the headquarters this morning before 10 o'clock, approaching 10 o'clock, and informed us that their client was on his way to us. So in no time, we received a communication that Mr. Ali is sick. And I must inform you that if Mr. Ali is sick, we are very concerned about his well-being. But if he is not sick, wherever he's found, he'll be brought to our headquarters and made to face the full of the law in this investigation. You're welcome.
My name is James Bude Flomo, School FM TV. Let me start with your last answer. If Mr. Mo Ali is sick, we are concerned. If he's not sick, wherever he's seen, he will be arrested. You are like confusing the Liberian public. You are one way agreeing with his lawyers that he's sick, another way trying to like arrest Mo. Why, if Mo is found in a hospital, are you still going to arrest him? And my specific question is, this morning we spoke to you, you said this post in question is alleged, meaning you have not been able to confirm that it was ready from Mo Ali. That is why you called him for questioning. Why are you now trying to, or why you declare a post that is alleged, that is a post that you say it is alleged Meaning somebody told you that Mo Ali wrote the thing because we tried checking it, we cannot see it. We said it is alleged. Why are you trying to like declare that person, or why you declare that person wanted if you have not even established that it was Mo Ali who made a post? Because we know there are fake names. Somebody can use my name, James Goodin Flomo, with my image and post anything about you or the state. And then will you just declare me a citizen that is alleged, that is wanted rather by the Republic?
Question is very long, but I think I can understand your question. So here's the issue. All of the investigations that are conducted here at headquarters. We do not conduct investigation where we place a guilt verdict on anyone. All the investigations are conducted not only in Liberia but also in Liberia. When suspects are being investigated, it is on the basis of allegations. It's on the basis of claims. And it's for the investigator to be able to prove beyond reasonable doubt that that person committed said act or not. So the invitation extended to Mo is not to place Mo in a state of guilt, or it is a conclusion to say that the page that was used is actually the page of Mo. But if Mo avails himself to the police and fails our investigators, the word that he gave to our investigator will be a very good word that we can use and make a determination as to where we go next. Now, the other issue you asked was what?
About him being sick, and you say you
So, like I said, here are lawyers representing Mo who come to us, and we know that lawyer and client relationship is a close relationship. Lawyer and client relationship is a close relationship. The lawyers come to headquarters and say our client will soon be here. In no time, the lawyers write a letter and say our client is sick. It's not for us as an investigating institution to conclude whether the Mo is sick or Mo is not sick. What we are saying is Mo should avail himself to us. We are very interested in Mo availing himself to us because we want Mo to explain to us the intent of the post that he made on March 1.
Okay,
That's what we are concerned
Mr.
about.
Carter, my name is Clement Touré.
Let's take Clement.
Yeah, my name is Clement Touré. I report for Cool TV and Cool 91.9.
Right.
The post of Mr. Mo Ali was on the 1st, and it took about 19 days. Why took so long to invite him for questioning? And the second issue is, what happens if Mo is seen going to the hospital? You talk about being arrested. Will he still be arrested if he's seen maybe at the hospital facility or going to the hospital?
Look, like I said, we work through the length and breadth of the country. If we declare anyone wanted, wherever you are found, if you are found in a state of, where your health condition is appalling, we can understand investigatively. And I need you guys to understand this. Like I said, more lawyers come this morning and they tell us that Mo is on his way coming to us. In no time, just say less than 1 hour, the lawyers write and say Mo is not well. For us, it means a lot to us investigatively. That's why we are saying Mo should avail himself to us. The other part of your question was, what was the other part?
The post was done the 1st, and it took about 19 days.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at the post being done on the 1st and when did the incident happen at NEG, you find out that it happened at different time intervals.
Yeah. Why it took so long?
It didn't happen, the arson attack at NEG didn't happen the 1st. It happened after the 1st. All right?
Yeah.
So you are looking at pre and post. Right? Mm-hmm. That's basically our concern. So in this case, we are looking at pre-post and the post action. That's what we're basically looking at. Look, and we like to make this very clear to Liberian people. We are not saying in clear terms Mo is guilty. We are not a court to adjudge anyone guilty. Our job is to investigate and establish probable cause. When we investigate and there are all reasonable doubts to charge someone and follow you to court on the basis of your action, we will not hesitate to do so, irrespective of your position or your status in this country.
Yeah. Okay, Mr.
Yeah,
Carter.
Let's take up.
Is there a particular time frame given to an invitee, whatever they are invited by the police? Number two, Mr. Mo Ali, he was being represented this morning by a lawyer. Did you consult the lawyer before declaring you wanted?
I also told you in a latter statement that most lawyers came here this morning and had interaction with our investigators. And please allow me to answer your question, please. And they informed us that their client was on his way.
So who should be blamed?
Do you
In
feel
this case, who should be blamed?
Yes.
When we arrest suspects, they are acquainted with their Miranda rights. One of the Miranda rights is your representation, your legal representation.
Right.
That's one of your Miranda rights. So whatever that is done through you that we know that there is your legal person, whatever that person says reflects what the client says or the suspect says.
Did you feel misled, sir?
Well, it's not about feeling misled. It's
I mean,
about ensuring.
by most lawyers.
Look, Kwame, I wouldn't say we feel misled or not, but the fact is, we are interested in more coming to us and explaining whether the post, like Jim said, and I appreciate what Jim said, we want to know whether the post was actually a post from Mo Ali, whether a page was hacked. You know, those are things that we want to know.
Right.
When the police invites you for questioning, it's not for us to run a full-blown conclusion.
Right.
We want to hear from you.
Time frame.
Okay? So you talk about time frame. When issues of such happen, we extend to you invitation. When you tell us I'm going to be there at this time, and you don't come that time, well, for us, we feel something is playing. There's an interplay. And so at that moment, we will not give you all of the leverages. We'll go for you and make sure that you come to face the full of the law.
Yeah, Mr. Carter, you keep emphasizing that the lawyer assured you the appearance of Mr. Mo Ali, and because he didn't appear, is that what really led you to have, declared wanted?
Look, I will not keep repeating myself over and over. I informed you
I'm talking about
that Mr. Ali lawyers, Mr. Ali was supposed to have come here yesterday. He didn't come. We've got a commitment that he will be here today at 10. Ahead of 10 o'clock, his lawyers came and said, our client is on his way. He will soon be here. Now, just around less than an hour, we receive a communication from the lawyer and say, our client is now where he's sick.
So
We have our own investigative lenses. When we declare Mo Ali wanted, we speak from an investigative perspective. We speak from an investigative perspective. And that's what I can say.
All right, thank you.
All right.